Ladies and gentlemen, if you're able, please rise for the presentation of the colors. Then, please remain standing as UW-Stevens Point Senior Vocal Performance Major Deborah Barr from McFarland, Wisconsin, sings our national anthem.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, give proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated.
I love that music. Ms. Bard, Dr. Moran, you did a fantastic job. That rendition brought a tear to my eye. Let's say thank you one more time. Deborah, you made McFarland, Wisconsin very proud today. Good morning. I'm Bernie Patterson, and it is my honor to serve as Chancellor of the University of Wisconsin, Stevens Point. And on behalf of our faculty and staff of this great university, welcome to the 2019 Spring Commencement. A big thank you is in order today, particularly to all of the staff at University Communications and Marketing, led by Gary Westcott, who happens to be retiring in just a couple of weeks. We'll miss Gary. Also Facility Services and University Police and Security Services, and many, many others across this campus. This event is in the planning for months, and it takes literally 3 days, a whole 3 days to set this arena as you see it this morning. Let's give them all a welcome, thank you as well. We want to extend to everyone our warmest greetings on this special occasion. I think this is the coolest May commencement I can remember in the last 10 years. There are many who helped make this day possible, especially our parents and family and friends and other supporters of our graduates. The 1,200 members of the spring graduating class are here in large measure because you made the commitment and the associated sacrifices to help them realize their dreams. Graduates, earning a college degree is a major milestone. Very few of you reached this point alone. So I want to take a moment, graduates, for you to say thank you, but I want you to hold your applause. I'm going to ask for a little audience participation here. So I want to begin with the parents and step-parents of our graduates. If you're able, please stand and remain standing. If you're a parent or step-parent of one of our graduates, please stand and remain standing if you're able. And next, would you be joined now by the grandparents and great-grandparents of our graduates? Please stand if you're able, and remain standing if you would, please. And now the brothers and sisters of our graduates, would you stand? You guys are catching on pretty quick. Now, husbands and wives and partners of our graduates, would you join them, please? Now, children and grandchildren of our graduates, would you please stand? Aunts and uncles, nieces, nephews, and other relatives and friends of our graduates, would you stand as well, please? Yes. There's one group left, and that's our faculty and our staff. Would you please stand as well? In my 42 years in higher education, I've never worked with a more dedicated faculty and staff as we have at University of Wisconsin-Stevens Point. They go the extra mile every day to make this a great educational experience for our graduates. Now, graduates, on my cue, I want you on your feet, and I want them to hear you at UW Whitewater. Now's the time to say thank you. Stand up, graduates. Can't hear you. Okay. Thank you. Please be seated. Thank you for participating, everyone. Graduates, I want you to look around. Look inside, deep inside yourself. And for a moment, remember those who are no longer with us, those who would have very much liked to have been here today, but can't. These are the shoulders upon which you stand today. You're not finished saying thank you, not a long measure. So graduates, I want you to take out your phones, your devices. About 2/3 of you have them out already. So the rest of you, catch up, get those out. I want you to send a text to your mom or to that very special person that helped you get here today. I'm going to dictate it to you. It's going to say, "Dear Mom, thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you." We'll wait. One more thing. When we finish this morning, you will make your way across this arena looking for your family. You'll find them. You may not think you're going to, but you will. And when you do, they're going to give you a big hug. I want you to do this, graduates. I want you to pause just a bit longer than you might otherwise and whisper in their ear, "Thank you, thank you." Also, with us today are the Golden and Silver Iris Reunion. These are the graduates that are celebrating their 25-year graduation in 1994, or their 50th anniversary of their graduation from 1969. And they're here in the audience somewhere. Would you please stand? They're right over here. Please stand. We're standing on your shoulders as well. Thank you so much. Please be seated. Graduates, commencement marks the beginning. I know there are feelings of sadness as you part friendships, feelings of anxiety, not quite sure what's around the next corner, and feelings of excitement as well. There's a reason that we call this day commencement. It is a day of new beginnings and of promising futures. Commencement also marks a time for new responsibilities, a time to start paying it forward, a time to mold yourself into a servant leader, a time to make a difference. And there will be hundreds of opportunities presented to you, from animal shelters to schools to food pantries, nursing homes, or helping clean up our lakes and rivers. A time to support your community and exercise your responsibilities, be it at the polls or through volunteer work, or just making life better for a neighbor. You've gotten a good start during your time at the university through the thousands of hours that you have already volunteered. Now, let us celebrate this great occasion together. To introduce other distinguished members of our audience and graduating class, may I present our Provost and Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs, Dr. Greg Summers.
Thank you, Chancellor Patterson. Good morning, everybody, and good morning, graduates. As part of this occasion, we give special recognition to those students who have truly excelled both in and out of the classroom. Today is my pleasure to introduce several groups of outstanding graduating seniors. We're going to begin with members of the ROTC program, who will be commissioned as second lieutenants in the United States Army during our ceremony this afternoon. These officers will join a proud tradition in this country dating back to 1776. Today, we commemorate Armed Forces Day. At this time, I would like to ask members of our graduating class who are veterans, active duty, or reserve service members to please stand. These graduates are wearing red, white, and blue honor cords to signify their service to our country. I would also like to ask any audience members who are serving or who have served in the armed forces to stand with our graduates so that we might recognize your service to our country. Could you please stand? Thank you very much for your service. You may be seated. Thank you again. Now I would like to ask members of the Phi Kappa Phi Honor Society to please stand. Phi Kappa Phi is a national honor society that encourages superior scholarship in all academic disciplines and recognizes those persons of good character who have excelled in scholarship. Congratulations to each one of you. Let's give them a round of applause. You may be seated. Members of another group of outstanding students are recognized as recipients of the Academic Honors Award. The faculty has established a program of academic honors to recognize undergraduate students for outstanding academic achievement. Graduation honors are awarded on the basis of the grade point average for all courses attempted. There are 3 levels of academic honors: cum laude, magna cum laude, and summa cum laude. Will those students who are graduating with an overall grade point average of 3.5 to 3.74 please stand? Ladies and gentlemen, these students are graduating cum laude. Congratulations to each one of you. Please be seated. Next, will those students graduating with an overall grade point average of 3.75 to 3.89 please stand? These students are graduating magna cum laude. Congratulations. Please be seated. Among this morning's graduates, there are 39 students who have earned a grade point average of 3.9 or above, a summa cum laude designation. Will those students please stand at this time? Please join me in congratulating these outstanding students. You may be seated as well. Please welcome once again Chancellor Bernie Patterson.
Thank you, Provost Summers. We are honored today to have as our spring commencement speaker, Dale Clack, co-founder and chief executive officer of Cirrus Aircraft. In 1984, Dale, along with his brother Alan, founded their company in the barn of their parents' rural farmland near Baraboo, Wisconsin. The Clackmeyer brothers introduced their first home-built aircraft at the 1987 EAA convention in Oshkosh. Since then, they have revolutionized the aviation industry with fully integrated glass panel cockpits and the use of whole airframe ballistic parachute systems, a standard device now in Cirrus Aircraft that has saved more than 170 lives to date. In addition to numerous aviation industry and entrepreneurial awards, David and his brother have been formally inducted into the National Aviation Hall of Fame in 2014 and were ranked the 17th most influential figures in aviation history by Flying Magazine. In 2015, Dale was inducted into the Minnesota Business Hall of Fame. Dale earned his Bachelor of Science degree in Economics and Business Administration from, you guessed it, UW-Stevens Point in 1983. Dale is also a 2009 Distinguished Alumnus Award winner. UW-Stevens Point class of 2019, and guests, please help me welcome our commencement speaker, Dale Clackmeyer. Dale?
Well, good morning. I am really thrilled to be here today. Thank you, Chancellor Patterson. Faculty, thank you for all that you do here. Welcome parents, guests, and congratulations to the class of 2019. I sat in one of those seats 36 years ago. That was a wonderful day. I was really proud that day, and I'm really proud of each and every one of you today. You've achieved something really special here at Stevens Point. You've achieved something far greater than I think you can imagine right here as you sit here today. Truly, what you have learned here at Stevens Point is how to learn, how to persevere, how to adapt, how to critically evaluate the situation. I know you've learned more than you realize, but learning is a lifelong adventure. At least you should always think of life and learning that way. Your successes won't be because of how smart you are, but rather from your character. It'll be from your drive, your ambition, your passion, and what you've learned along the way. Where you really learn is from your failures, from your mistakes. That's really what tests your character. Now, this is really important. To truly learn, you need to be honest. Honest with yourself, honest with what you know, honest with what you've done. So why does everyone always say, learn from your mistakes? Well, first, you don't want to make the same mistake twice. And second, it's a lot easier to accept your failures when you consider them a life learning event or just plain learning. Now, when you leave here today and you ask your mom or your dad to borrow the truck and you wreck it an hour later, don't go to them and say, gee, sorry, Dad, it was just a life experience. I can guarantee you better have learned something because you don't want to make that mistake again. So what do you take away from your time here at Point? You've learned, and you've learned how to learn. You have all learned from your mistakes, and yes, you've all made them. You're college students. We were there once. We all did pretty foolish things while we were in college. That's growing up. That's learning. Now you're ready to take your next adventure. For some of you, that's finding a job. For some, it's making a job or starting a business. Or maybe it's continuing your education. You're now starting the next adventure in your life. When I think back and reflect on what I had 36 years ago sitting there, I had three things. One, I had a diploma, or at least I was about to get a diploma. Two, I was sitting next to the girl that I was about to marry. And three, I had a lot of dreams and ambition. I was going to go change the world. I went out and created my job. My brother and I started a business. We set out to change an industry, to change the aviation industry. That was my world. I was going to change the world. Like many of you sitting there, I was 22 years old and about to go change aviation. To some, that sounds crazy. No, actually, to most, that sounds crazy. But to the graduating class sitting there, it shouldn't, because it's not. As soon as I graduated from here, my brother and I started an aircraft company. We started in the basement of our parents' barn near Baraboo, Wisconsin. Our goal was to build airplanes, to build a lot of airplanes, to make them the coolest airplanes in the world. So our first design, it was big, fast, capable. Man, it was a beautiful airplane. We were going to sell a ton of these. My brother and I went to our first air show at Oshkosh, just down the road. We went to that air show with a stack of order forms. Between the two of us, one of us was going to control the crowds, the other was going to sign orders. We went with a stack of blank order forms. We came back with a stack of blank order forms. I don't think we signed a single one. We did ultimately sell a few of these airplanes, but they were expensive, hard to build, hard to fly, hard to maintain. It was a cool airplane that was a market failure. No, wait. It was a learning experience. We had learned. I learned that my wife would rather sit in the car for 5 hours than fly in the airplane I helped design and build. Now there's a life lesson. I also learned that if she didn't want to fly, I didn't get to fly. My brother and I needed to change how we looked at the industry. We needed to change how we looked at ourselves. So we came up with a whole new criteria for airplanes. It was actually very simple. My wife had to want to fly more than drive. Our designs had to be fast, but more importantly, they had to be comfortable, simple, intuitive. And they weren't based on the pilot any longer, they were based on the passenger. That simple statement, my wife has to want to fly, that simple understanding made us want to change everything about our designs. We rethought everything. We changed how we looked at everything from aerodynamics to automation to materials to comfort. We wanted to change the standard in safety, so we developed a whole airframe parachute system. A couple of kids with no money, a failed design as a resume, we're now going to go take on the big dogs. We're going to do what nobody had done before. Does that sound crazy? What we did what we did have was we had an idea, a lot of drive, and ambition. What we needed was money, and we needed a lot of money. We started talking to everyone. We talked to bankers, to investors, to pilots, anyone who would listen. We asked for money. We didn't hear just no. We heard no 1,000 times. And it usually wasn't no, it was more like, what are you, crazy? And then it was followed by some laughter, and they weren't laughing with us. We were gonna go change the world. And we did. After 1,000 no's, it only takes a couple of yeses. The company I started is called Cirrus Aircraft. Today, we produce nearly 50% of all the single-engine general aviation airplanes built in the world. That's 50% of the world market. Our latest design, the Vision Jet, last year became the best-selling jet in the general aviation industry. Sitting in one of those seats at 22, this may sound crazy, but I'm here to tell you it's not. That simple lesson, and what it taught us, my wife has to want to fly. That simple statement would change an industry. It did, it changed the world. Well, we've come to the point where I give you some worldly advice. I know what you're thinking, not another old fart giving me advice. I've heard it all from my parents. Well, guess what? Your parents were probably right. You should listen to them. But that's not the advice I'm here to give you. No, my advice is follow your dreams, follow your passion. Don't do anything just for the money. Do what you love, do it the best you can, do it with passion, and the money will follow. If you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life. Take time here to reflect on your accomplishments and friendships gained at UWSP. I guarantee you will not forget these experiences. Congratulations to the University of Wisconsin class of 2019. Again, I'm incredibly proud of each and every one of you. So go out and change the world. You can do that. Thank you.
Once again, let's thank Mr. Meyer for his message, a very inspirational message, a message about changing the world. Well, good morning. I'm Al Thompson, Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs, and I'm pleased to introduce your Spring 2019 class speaker, Rachael Zach. From Stevens Point, Rachael is a biology major with a minor in professional writing. She graduates today earning a Bachelor of Science degree. Could Rachael guests, including her parents Jen and John, please stand to be recognized at this time? Come on, family, stand up. Thank you. You may be seated. Thank you so much for sharing your time and your child with us. Rachael was co-founder of the Editing and Publishing Club and was a member for the last 2 years. She was also involved in Cornerstone Press and the Rising Voices Poetry Project. Rachael worked on campus in the Writing Lab at the Tutoring Learning Center and is a member of Sigma Tau Delta, the English Honor Society. Last year, she was awarded the University Leadership Award. After graduation, she will be attending Carroll University, where she plans to pursue a doctorate of physical therapy. At this time, please welcome your Spring 2019 graduation ceremony speaker, Rachael Zach.
To start, I want to remind every graduate that we did it. We have finally made it to graduation. Whether we started right after high school, came back after a break, went into the military, or had families to take care of, we have accomplished something amazing. After all of the hard work, and there was a lot of it, we get a diploma. But our diplomas mean more than a simple sheet of paper to hang on a wall. They infer so much information. It tells a story about how much we've learned. Personally, when I got to UWSP, I thought I had all of the answers. But this was put to the test every day. We learned from each other, discussed, and sometimes debated the topics in our classes. We learned from our professors, who taught us all the ways to get the answers when we didn't already have them. And most importantly, we learned from ourselves. We studied for hours, learned which strategies helped us succeed and which didn't. We taught ourselves how to manage our time and communicate with people. We learned how to become successful, and that is what your diploma depicts. And now, after all this work, studying, and perseverance, we find ourselves embracing a new part of our lives. This may look like graduate school, an internship, or a new job. There may be uncertainty and anxiousness surrounding all of this new. We all know by now that embracing change is hard. We were asked to do this in so many situations in college. One approach I found to help me through the confusion and sometimes nervousness of change was to turn to the people I trust the most for advice. Ray Ackerland, the president of Skyward, said, "Never be afraid to do something because you think you're going to fail." My friends and family suggested, "Don't strive towards happiness. Instead, make people smile. Do things to help others. Honor the important people in your life. And in these daily actions, you will find your joy and purpose. Laugh often, especially at yourself." It isn't what they test you on in school that matters. It is the skills, interests, curiosities, and belief in yourself that is really important. Scare yourself. Put yourself into situations that are out of your comfort zone. Enjoy being yourself and do it presently. Not all knowledge comes from books. Sometimes you have to open your eyes and ears, stop talking, and walk your feet raw. And finally, one of the hardest working faculty I've ever had the pleasure to meet, Dr. Tangadal, offered his professional motto of "get it right," and said, "Do not take for granted the time you have, and be proud of the hard work you do every day." A common theme I found within these words is the importance of having a love for life. Here at UWSP, we have been taught so much, and will utilize this knowledge and these skills throughout our entire lives. But I think in our next steps of life, we should focus on what the advice is telling us to do. Find adventure, love and laugh often, and not be afraid of new experiences. Finally, take time today to honor the people who are most important to you, who have helped you through college, and honor yourself and all the hard work that you've done. The hours and semesters and years you've put into your future is something to be proud of. Congratulations, Pointers, we've graduated.
Thank you, Rachel, for your message to our graduates. Commencement is a ceremony filled with traditions. From the flowing academic regalia to the hardcover of your diplomas, we mark this occasion with traditions steeped in symbolism. In September 2013, we brought back the old tradition of fall convocation. More than 1,500 incoming students and more than 700 faculty and staff gathered to celebrate the start of the academic year and commit to each other and reaffirming our dedication to our learning community. Graduates, when you left fall convocation 4 years ago, you touched the dome of the cupola, and today you will have an opportunity to do so again as you seal your commitment to the university as alumni. You might ask what this cupola will look like 100 years from now. Scratched and dented, I'm sure, darkened by the thousands of hands that will have touched it. None of us will be here to see that, but I know in my heart that we're building a tradition and a university for the future. It is now my pleasure to introduce UW-Stevens Point alumni Brandon and Jillian Gottsacker. Both of these individuals have a strong connection to UW-Stevens Point and the community. Brandon is president of Superior Fresh, an industry-leading aquaponics facility specializing in leafy greens and cold water fish, located in Hexton, Wisconsin. Superior Fresh produces 35,000 heads of lettuce per day. You heard me right, 35,000 heads of lettuce per day and 100 metric tons of Atlantic salmon per year. Brandon graduated from UW-Stevens Point in 2011, earning a Bachelor of Science degree in biology. After graduation, he started the foundation that would soon become the first land-based Atlantic salmon farm in the United States and the largest aquaponics facility in the world. Jillian earned her Bachelor of Science degree in psychology from UW-Stevens Point in 2011. After graduation, she managed a sales team for 4 years before she and Brandon started their family. She is now blessed to stay home with their 3 children, Oakley, Nova, and Roman. Jillian enjoys cooking and entertaining family, friends, and visitors to the Superior Fresh farm. It seems fitting that this couple is here today as those committed to UW-Stevens Point in this community. They join us as we seal our commitment to UW-Stevens Point. Please help me welcome Brandon and Jillian Gottsacker.
Thank you, Chancellor Patterson, and good morning, graduates. It is our honor to lead the UW-Stevens Point alumni pinning ceremony this morning. Graduates, when you walked into the ceremony site today, you were each given a UW-Stevens Point lapel pin attached to your name card. Now is the time to take out your pin. Graduates, please turn to the person next to you. You may have had classes together, or this may be the first time that you have met, but you are already connected as a Pointer alumni. At this time, we ask you to secure that connection by attaching your pin to your neighbor's gown. Jillian, please exchange pins with me at this time.
We ask that you always wear this pin with pride. Cherish the memories of the time you spent at this university. When you step into your new lives and you meet other UW-Stevens Point alumni, make sure you pause to connect as fellow Pointers. If you see another Pointer not wearing a pin, give yours. You may then contact Alumni Affairs, and they will send you a new pin to replace the one you gave to your fellow Pointers. Congratulations, class of 2019. We are counting on you to share the Pointer spirit, continue the Pointer legacy, and carry on this Pointer tradition.
Thank you very much, Brandon and Jillian, for leading the pinning ceremony with the class of 2019. We are now, I'm happy to report, ready to confer the degrees. Will the candidates for the master's degree please rise? Chancellor Patterson, on behalf of the graduate faculty of the University of Wisconsin-Stevens Point, it is my privilege to present the May 2019 candidates for the master's degree. The graduate faculty and I recommend that, contingent upon the completion of all degree requirements, each candidate be conferred with the master's degree and, in testimony thereto, be presented the diploma of this university.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University of Wisconsin System, and upon the recommendation of the graduate faculty of this university, I confer upon you the master's degree with all the honors and privileges that pertain thereto. Congratulations.
Those faculty representatives who will be participating in the hooding ceremony, please meet your candidate at the bottom of the stairs. Candidates, please remain standing, and marshals, please escort the master's degree candidates forward.
College of Letters and Sciences. Master of Science in Data Science, hooded by Dr. Wyman He. Logan Carlson. Master of Science in Teaching English, hooded by Dr. Rebecca Stevens. Daniel J. Donlinger. College of Natural Resources, Master of Science in Natural Resources, hooded by Dr. Becca Franzen, Caroline Blake. Hooded by Dr. Becca Franzen, Kira Jacobson. Hooded by Dr. Nilesh Timilsina, Joel Kaminsky. Hooded by Dr. Michael Rader, Haley Netherton. Emily Pfeiffer, hooded by Dr. Brenda Lackey. Robert John Sheffer, hooded by Dr. Joshua Robbie. Teresa Williams, hooded by Dr. Les Werner.
Good morning, graduates and guests. I'm Eric Yankee, Interim Dean of the College of Letters and Science. Will all candidates for degrees in the College of Letters and Science please stand? Chancellor Patterson, these students are candidates for the baccalaureate and associate's degrees in the College of Letters and Science. I recommend that, contingent upon the successful completion of all degree requirements, that the Bachelor of Applied Studies, Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, or associate degree be conferred upon them. Candidates, you may be seated.
Good morning. What a great day it is. I am Tim Jeanette. I'm Associate Dean in the College of Natural Resources. Will all the candidates for degrees in the College of Natural Resources please stand? Chancellor Patterson, these students are candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree in the College of Natural Resources. Contingent upon successful completion of the requirements, I recommend they receive the diploma of this university and that the appropriate degree be conferred upon each of them. Now, will all baccalaureate and associate degree candidates from both the College of Natural Resources and the College of Letters and Sciences please stand for conferral?
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University of Wisconsin System, and upon the recommendation of the faculty of this university, I confer upon you the baccalaureate or associate degree with all the privileges that pertain thereto. Congratulations. You may be seated.
Will the marshals please escort the baccalaureate and associate degree candidates forward by row?
College of Letters and Sciences, Bachelor of Arts, Haley Augustine. Haley Bauman. Peter Beth III. Laura Campo. Samuel Cobb. Vincent D'Amato. Chris Oakes. Cassidy Dean Wyman. Andrew DeLang. Brittany Dillow. Calvin Edwards. Jennifer Finnerty. Michaela Ray Franson. Connor Hansen. Vanessa Hernandez Cevallos. Amelia Hoyp. Samantha Hoppy. Ellen Jansen. Stacy Hassier. Xantasia Johnson. Aaron Kidrusky. Makia Kirschner. Cassandra Conkle. Chua Lee. Olivia Lee. Elizabeth Jo Lindloff. Eliana Luke. Brian Mayes. Antonia Magallan. Mariah Mansky. Nicole Merrick. Jacob Matthias. Isidore McCudkey. Isidore Muskusker. Claire McManus. Albert McMurray. Marita Mehmedi. Quincy K. Melms. Preston Mertens. Delaney Meyer. Rebecca Mrozinski. Kim Miller. Krista Nelson. Emily Ninneman. Olivia Pollock. Taylor Pearson. Annabelle Curia. Molly Panancic. Irene Rizzolatti. Madeline Robinson. Carla Rodriguez. Kimberly Caroline Rodriguez. Molly Schneiderwind. Javon Scott. Morgan Snyder. Shane Sorg. Angela Stoker. Elizabeth Strobel. Kyler Saharsky. Antanasia Taylor Thomas. Grace Tesh. Jacob Clahatch. Jesse Vandehei. Andrew Voss. Ben Vosters. Grace Ashley Walco. Amy Catherine Wozleski. Andrea Wenstead. Karina Wilson Rodriguez. Calvin Nguyen. Si Zhang. Yifang Yang. Bachelor of Science. Bryn Abramson. Samuel Edelmeyer. Andrew Aguilera. Victor Alencar. Carly Anderson. Devin Anderson. Becca Andrasco. Haley Arndt. Caleb Bader. Luke Barker. Andrew Barton. Brad Baum. Tiffany Becker. Mitchell Bielke. Tyler Bell. Alyssa Bethke. Phoenix Bice. Danielle Blank. Danielle Blank. Caitlin Zebro Blasenka. Talia Bloom. Andrea Brace. Allie Bachler. Amy Bodart. Olivia Bonert. Madeline Bushy. Bailey Boudreau. Jeremy Bowers. Caitlin Bridgman. Shabranda Bronson. Morgan Broski. Shania Brown. Sam Chapman. Iwen Chen. Yairei Shai. Christy Shiranzi. Lola Marie Ciccone. Haley Shahusky. Allison Clausen. Alyssa Cooper. Chelsea Cootermarsh. Jenna Kawomo. Nick Daigle. Noah James Dawn. Colin Davis. Aaron Degner. Ben DeMott. Michael Detloff. Regina Charnice Diggins. Matthew Dombrowski. Melissa Dorshak. Brianna Dunbar. Marissa Duncan. Evan Dukes. Ryan Dykstra. Hope Diamond. Stephanie Jamarski. Michael Emmerich. Holly Ann Erpenbach. Justine Ertl. Andrew Fernandez. Nathan Fetter. Adam Jonathan Flash. Zoe Fleischman. John Flood. Amanda Fruit. Jacob Fear. Cody Gerke. Taylor Geldernick. Aaron Gellings. Amy Geese. Antonia Gilbertson. Lillian Glady. Nicholas Gore. Chad Goretsky. Travis Goetschy. Justin Grzinski. Jacob Gross. Joseph Grosskopf. Kennedy Grovogel. Skylar Gunderson. Lexus Hagedorn. Lauren Hagee. Bryce Hall. Mara Hathaway. Laura Hauk. Israel Haugen. Shakira Hawkins. Whitney Hayes. Emily Heil. Zach Heil. Mary Hiley. Ben Hellenbrand. Eric Henschen. Manda Herr. Pauline Howitt. Autumn Hocking. Alexis Hoffman. Christian Alexander Hoffman. Whitney Hoffman. Alexis Hunter Hollander. Michaela Hool. Kaylee Jo Hutzler. Lucas J. Godzinski. Cade Johanning. Lindsay Johnson. Tegan Johnson. Christina Joswiak. Crystal Capham. Kirsten Carls. Madeline Keenlance. Jacob Kievitz. Lindsay Killian. Jade Kunda. Shannon Kinney. Ben Kinowski. Kyle Kleinschmidt. Robert L. Klisch. Matthew Kluge. Ashley Colton. Amelia Konitzer. Michael Krause. Ryan Krezeneski. Dr. Todd Good will be presenting the diploma to his daughter, Ashley Kruger. Mason Kuchenbecker. Jennifer Lord. Jalen Labine. Abby LaCourte. Sean Lamy. Savannah LaCue. Eden Laska. Chi Meng Lee. Kara Lemerand. Morgan Lind. Jenny Lindquist. Liu Chan Young. Adam Lowe. Emily Longmire. Alexis Lauren Brossert. Neha Malik. Anthony Martin. Patrick Martin Smidwick. Alex Mothy. Taylor McCarthy. Khadijah McDade. Nicole Meidel. Anthony Meister. Alexander Melville. Jackson Milkowski. Christopher Miller. Tamara Moore. Tu Su Moi. Alexandria Sisney. Riley Painkratz. Lisa Parlato. Michael Perry. Zachary Fannerstill. Ian Polzine. Tyler Pozolinski. Ziwei Ya. Francis Quinn. Jessica Quinn. Ian Rasmussen. Maria Rowan. Arthur Rush Tondon. Gregory Allen Richard Ragazzi. John Revels. Mindy Richards. Joseph Rickert. Zechariah Reen. Brendan Allen Rogers. Natalie Romo. Jacob Roseland. Michael Roycraft. Megan Rutkowski. Nathan Sadler. Margaret Sampy. Aaron Souter. Michaela Shoddy. Logan Schaefer. Dr. Kathy Shader will be presenting the diploma to her niece, Carol Shader. Charity Schmidt. Zach Schreiner. Melinda Ann Schwantes. Jashawn Scott. Cassidy Seeger. Natalie Selnow. Michael Shalwani. Monica Schieber. Corey Shepard. Marina Schouts. Stephanie Shuderek. Razmi Sidadet. Leo Scotton. Melissa Staffen. Anna Stempa. Harley Ann Stenzel. Timothy Stofflet. Savannah St. Peter. Samantha Strasser. Chloe Samborski. Nicholas David Taylor Evert. Joey Tezak. Kyle Toe. Christian Tomsky. Hannah Tisnick. Paige Van Dixorn. Elizabeth Van Dyke. Ying Vang. Gabrielle Verrett. Ashley Verhagen. Cassidy Volm. Savannah Wachter. Hunter Wozlicki. Sydney Wayner. Eric Weaver. Matthew West. Benjamin Wildgat. Robin Wiersma. Altavia Wiesman. Dalton Wilding. Theron Wilkinson. Mira Wolfington. Asher Woolman. Xia Zhang. Peter Zhang. Vang Yang. Sao Yang. James Yeoman. Rachael Zach. Eric Zengler. Samuel Ziegler. Zoe Elizabeth Zilkowski. College of Natural Resources, Bachelor of Science, Emma Adams. Naomi Albert. Alexis Anderson. Austin Anderson. Brian Atkinson. Amanda Rose Barth. Joanna Beach. Dustin Beckman. William Beckman. Wyatt Benton. Brooke Berryman. Leo Bish III. Alex Bloom. Thomas Bove. Jared Booms. Megan Brown. Krista Bryan. Evan Bubelt. Jacob Bewlitz. Joshua Bateras. Amber Cannon. Tamara Karolfi. Catherine Caesar. Nicholas Champ. Jacob Chisholm. Molly Cocroft. Corbin Siskin. Liam Donger. Spencer Davis. Alex J. Delaney. Nicole DeMarb. Taylor Denor. Jensen Dergener. Julie Dixon. Benjamin Damaski. Sarah Doucette. Gregory Dubois. Jack Duffy. Colby Duree. Katie Ebelt. Logan Ebert. Caleb Edwards. Chris Edwards. Taylor Ennis. Micah Ertl. Megan Fahrenkrug. Austin Firehammer. Megan Frame. Miranda France. Alexandra Frederick. Reed Frederick. Nathaniel Franzak. Benjamin Stephen Gillespie. Hannah Gargrave. Christopher Geertz. Tyler Gillum. Kendall Gecky. Abigail Graves. Michaela Greider. Aaron Grosskritz. Nick Hegrel. Samuel Hofferkorn. McKenna Hammonds. Brendan Hannock. Harvey Harrison. Alan Hartman. Austin Headley. Leah Henham Stone. Matthew Herrick. Bree Higdon. Daniel Hilger. Trevor Hoheisel. Kelsey Hoyman. Daniel Hornoff. Troy Hornung. Charles Immel. James Iwan. Craig Jashinsky. Daniel Joannis. Travis Joachimson. Kelly Johnson. Leah Mae Johnson. Maxfield Jonas Krieger. Rebecca Kalish. Marissa Kaminsky. Roman Katzer III. Andrew Kovleski. Danielle Keller. Jeremy King. Lindsay Klicko. Shayna Klosterman. Casey Klotz. Logan Kocha. Vanessa Komada. Angelica Komerick. Connor John Kopris. Johnny Corpella. Eve Elizabeth Kramer. Jacob Krein. Mitchell Kurtz. Christopher Lang. Caleb Stig Larson. Aaron Slickback Larson. John Lemansky. Grant Lenartz. Darcy Elizabeth Lilla. John Lindstrom. Sawyer Livesey. Nicole Leffler. Rachel Loomis. Eric Lopez. Bryce Mahoney. Edgar Martinez. Philip Martin. Danielle Nicole Matheny. Thomas Moronic. Jordan Myers. Jonathan Michaels. Trace Miller. Garin Minzer. Zachary Moore. Brandon Mueller. Tanner Monroe. Morgan Neff. Michael Nessman. Abby Olson. Jesse Pape. John Anthony Peralta. Jackson Pertzborn. Kaylee Peterson. Nate Peterson. Ashley Phillips. Angelica Pintaro. Evan Preby. Afton Pumper. Brandon Rasmussen. Hunter James Reed. Shane Reitz. Caroline Rice. Adam Ryder. Nicholas Ritter. Michael Robinson. Charlie Michael Rowland. Bryce Rudai. Lauren Rush. Austin Ryan. Cody Ryan. Nathan Szymanski. Benjamin Schleter. Tanner Schmidt. Kyle Shane. Mitchell Schreiner. Eli Schroeder. Jordan Schuler. Paul Schwabenbauer. Andrew Sella. Rainer James Shooter. Devin Sindelar. Abraham Skira. Mackenzie Slack. Hannah Stanley. Spencer Starks. William Stone. Adam Strelo. Olivia Rose Stroinski. Kayla Stubbe. Hunter Steika. Maxwell Vase. Olivia Thomas. Derek Thorne. Benjamin Chepkes. Thomas Torkelson. Benjamin Trebian. Mitchell Troe. Ryan Tim. Marcus Wheats. Nicholas Urich. Chandra Wachter. Matthew Robert Wire. Jacob Ward. Colin Welch. Dylan Winker. Haley Whitehouse. Henry Weidmeyer. Emmett Weigel. Jeff Williams. Logan Wimmy. Alex Worth. Andrew Wilkeson. Matthew Wolf. Travis Wollenberg. Riley Wood. Alexander Young. Jaden Young. Miranda Young. Timothy Zappa. Jordan Ziesmer. College of Letters and Science, Associate of Arts and Science, Hannah Lemke. Stephanie Murrett. Antoinette Moore. Brianna Thur. Michaela Wing.
Are we on now? Okay, great. Graduates, you may now move your tassel to the left side of your mortarboard to indicate your graduation. Graduates, we hope you will always consider UW-Stevens Point your home, and please come back and visit often. We wish each of you continuing success and happiness. And to all our guests, thank you for helping us celebrate our graduates today. Congratulations and best wishes to you all. To conclude, it is the tradition at UW-Stevens Point for the Chancellor to give a charge to the graduates at the end of the commencement ceremony. So I'll do just that. What do you expect to hear, graduates? Perhaps some of the same things I considered saying. Go out and be a leader. Make good use of your education, or make the world a better place. While these are certainly good thoughts and certainly things we want you to do, they're being expressed at commencement ceremonies across this country. UW-Stevens Point is no ordinary university, and your experience here has been anything but ordinary. So I say to you simply this: reach out to those who are alone. Speak up for those who have no voice. Stand up for those who cannot stand. One final thought: the day will come, it will surely come, when you're confronted with an ethical dilemma. There will be no one to show you the way. There will be no instruction manual. There will be no one to lean on, no one to talk to, no one to ask, no one to text, no one to call, and no one to reach out to on Facebook. You will feel more alone than perhaps you ever have in your entire life. At that precise moment, when it is up to you and you alone, what you will have to lean on, to call upon, is your foundation in life. That is your pointer education, and if you're a person of faith, your faith in God. Now go and be servant leaders. Godspeed. Congratulations, class of 2019.
Before we leave today, we ask you to stand, if you're able, to join Senior Jazz Studies major Faith Hatch from Lodi, Wisconsin, in singing our alma mater, The Purple and the Gold. She will be joined by the UW Stevens Point Orchestra under the direction of Dr. Andy Moran. This song was written by former music professor James Arrowwood. The words are printed in the last page in the commencement program.
Other schools of valor boast of victories galore, of laurels never lost, of triumphs by the score. Let them tell you of their prowess, of warriors strong and bold, but their colors ever lower to the purple and the gold. Alma mater, our Wisconsin, dear Stevens Point, we toast, recalling former times of challenge and repose on the banks of old Wisconsin. Alumni glories told, we offer our allegiance to the purple and the gold.
Thank you, Faith. The audience may now be seated. Marshals, please release our faculty and staff by row after the platform party has recessed. Graduates, due to weather, rain, nastiness, outside concerns, you will not recess out of the Multi-Activity Center. The ceremony site will be open until 12:30 for family and friends to take pictures. For safety purposes, we ask the audience to please exit all north, south, east doors within the Multi-Activity Center. Congratulations, class of 19. Travel safely, and remember, it's a great day to be a pointer.